Why people are turning to AI for emotional support and what we can do about it. Have you ever felt more comfortable opening up to an AI chatbot than a real person? You're not alone, and it says a lot more about us than it does about the technology. People all over the world are turning to AI, not just for answers, but for emotional support. Late at night, in moments of doubt, pain, or confusion, it's not a friend, a family member, or even a therapist they talk to. It's a chatbot. Let's talk about why this is happening and how we can show up better for each other as humans. ChatGPT, Replika, and other AI tools are being used more and more like digital therapists, a friend or significant other. People ask them for advice, vent about their day, talk through breakups, breakdowns, anxiety, loneliness. Some find comfort in these conversations, and on the surface it makes sense. AI doesn't judge, it doesn't interrupt, it's always available, and it listens, without trying to fix you. Its approach is one of empathy. That's more than most people feel they get from each other. But this shift reveals something deeper, a widespread breakdown in how we connect. It's sad. So what exactly are we missing? What makes AI feel safer than people? Let's break it down. First, safe spaces for vulnerability. Most of us don't feel like we can be real. We fear being seen as weak, needy, emotional. It's taboo now, so we shut down, we armor up. But AI, it doesn't shame us for opening up. How do we do better? Listen without rushing to solve. Validate before you advise. Say, that makes sense. I get why you'd feel that way. Second, consistent emotional availability. Humans are busy, distracted, burned out. We'd rather scroll than have actual connection. We've turned into zombies. AI is always there. No shame, no guilt. You can open the chat at 3 a.m. and it responds with calm, focused attention. How do we do better? Check in, without being asked. Be a reliable presence, not just someone who shows up during crisis. Show genuine interest. Follow up. Build communities again. Ask, how are you really? How's that new job going? What happened with that new dish you were going to try? How was it? Third, undivided attention. AI mimics active listening. It remembers. It reflects. But most human conversations, they're half-listened, multitasked, surface level. Our attention is glued to our phones and not the present moment. How often have you gone out only to see everyone on their phone? No one is conversing anymore. Then we wonder why most of us are incapable of holding a conversation. It's now a lost art. How do we do better? Put the phone down. Mirror the emotion, not just the words. Ask deeper questions like, what's been heavy on your mind lately? Make conversation with the person in line at the cafe. Cool scarf, where'd you get it? I'm feeling for a new flavor. What's your favorite coffee? Be observant. Ask about something you've noticed, something about their life, hobbies, job. Just ask the question and listen. Sometimes it can feel awkward, but we should try. Flex that muscle. Fourth, emotional literacy. We were never taught how to handle emotions, ours or others. So when someone expresses pain, we freeze, change the subject, or give a cliché. AI uses therapeutic language because it was trained to. How do we do better? Learn to name emotions, overwhelmed, ashamed, disconnected. Normalize using those words. Learn your own emotions so you can understand others. Suppression will only be a disservice. The quicker we process them, the quicker we can understand and get over things. Ask, what are you feeling under the frustration? What triggered this feeling? Am I confusing one emotion for another, like anger for hurt? Fifth, intentional connection. Most people feel disconnected, but don't know how to reconnect. Friendship feels like a luxury, not a necessity. And AI fills that void. How do we do better? Create real-world communities. Join a gym, a hobby group, a book club. Be the one who reaches out first. Make time to maintain those connections. Capitalism wants us to be isolated. And we put so much emphasis on individualism that we're depressed, lonely, and anxious. We are social beings. We need each other to thrive. Invite people into routines, not just events. Run an errand with a friend. The bigger issue? AI isn't replacing connection. It's revealing how much we've forgotten how to offer it. We don't need to beat technology. We need to out-human it. Be non-judgmental. Be emotionally available. Be curious, not critical. Be consistent. Be willing to listen without fixing. Because most people don't want perfect advice. They just want to feel seen, heard. AI can simulate that, but only humans can make it real. Here's the truth. People aren't turning to AI because they want robots. They're turning to AI because they don't feel safe with people. That's not a tech problem, that's a relational one. But it's fixable. One honest, safe, human conversation at a time. So if you want to be part of the solution, start small, call a friend, make space, and be someone who makes connection feel safe again. And if this resonated, share it with someone who needs to hear it. We all do.